So, hello everyone, and welcome back to GraceNicoleMyths, Astrology and Tarot. We are here for December's readings. All right, December's readings. Now, if you are catching this at a different time is fluid and it moves in a spiral. So chances are you are revisiting the energies that are going on at this time. All right, there is most likely a message in there for you. Definitely pay attention to your big three, sun, moon, rising, but I always strongly recommend looking at the energy of each sign as it pertains to the energy of the houses in which those signs rule in your birth chart. Okay, for today I'm using the Oracle of the Dragon Fae, the vendor deck version 2, and my hand-drawn deck. We are going to get right into your message, okay? Thank you to everybody who has subscribed and is returning, and welcome to everyone who is new. Don't forget to drop a like if the readings resonate, leave a comment, and let me know. I love to hear from you guys. Let's get started. All right, so getting into Cancerian energy. Spirit, please. For Cancer and Cancerian energy. What is the energy surrounding them during this time? What insight can you give us, please, for Cancer and Cancerian energy? Needle and thread on top. The key, the angel, and the honey jar. The key, the angel, and the honey jar. All right. The needle and thread is indicative of a couple things. Okay, the actual energy of the needle and thread is similar to that of the red thread. Okay, in myth, the red thread that keeps certain souls energetically connected despite all time, space, reality, lifetime, you name it. It is also quite literally needle and thread, which is like stitches, okay? It's what repairs and helps mend things, okay? The key is all about truth. It also has a lot to do with getting in touch with your soul's compass to unlock doors that would have otherwise never appeared without the truth. The angel, I think that energy speaks for itself. Okay, this is someone who is highly aligned in their light. And the honey jar is all about life is sweet. You just have to be aware, you know, if you're not respectful of where the sweetness comes from, you can get stung, okay? If you're not respectful of where the sweetness comes from, you can get stung. So what does this look like, Spirit? What does this look like for Cancer, Cancerian energies? Those with strong and significant Cancerian placements on this time. All right, we've got Temperance, Death, the Seven of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Wands. Give me one more, Spirit. Clarify the Page of Wands. For Cancer, Cancerian energies, and the Hermit. I feel like I need more clarity on the Hermit. Give me more clarity on the Hermit, please, Spirit. card by the Hermit, please. The Knight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups. And the top of the deck is the Shadow, which is the Devil. Okay. All right, Cancer. Three of Cups on the bottom can be about celebrations and joy. The King of Swords is under that, with the Chariot and the Eight of Coins. And the Eight of Wands with the Nine of Swords. Because the Three of Cups can also indicate a third party. The Nine of Wands is under that, double nines. And the World card comes to a close. There's another card under there. What's hiding? The Truth. What's hiding? The Truth. Okay. Really, double eights and double nines after a 7 and the King of Swords. There might be a third party potential air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it is Aquarius's card. The Chariot is Cancerian energy. That's your energy, but it is about movement and efforts being made. They're getting communications from Spirit. And I think the communication they're getting is through the anxiety that they're feeling, the victim mindset that they're in. That's the truth. And the truth is they need to close the cycle. So whatever this is, I am feeling as if, just with the underlying energy, because we do have the Devil on top. Okay, that's the Shadow. So, you know, conscious mind, the Shadow with the Devil there is being stuck in karmic cycles. It's being stuck in an addiction to pain and suffering. It could be an addiction to outright substances. It could be an addiction to sex and power. It can be egos versus egos, right? It could be power struggles and control. It can be greed, right? You want to talk about the Devil, it's the 7 sins, right? There's sloth, there's lust, there's greed, there's envy, there's wrath. You know what I mean? Like, it's all the 7 sins there. Pride. You hear the train? Like divine confirmation. We've got the 7 deadly sins at play. The Devil is insatiable. It's never satisfied. Okay, the Devil is never satisfied, and it's Saturn's energy. It's karma. It's karma. And I feel like if there's this third energy with the King of Swords, King of Swords is highly analytical. And it doesn't have to be a male, right? It's masculine energy. It's someone's choice. Now, this particular King of Swords, if you look, it looks like there's a beam of light coming from his mouth, but his mouth is closed. The silence says everything. You may have had communications with a third party where their silence, instead of what they said, it's what they didn't say. That said everything. And you're getting this ping, right? You're getting this Cancerian intuitive ping to kind of crack out of this shell that you've been in and really illuminate your third eye. Really illuminate your third eye. and start putting in the efforts necessary to move forward with the 8 of Wands spiritually from this energy. To claim that victory for yourself, because the 9 wands, the 9th wand that the character is holding, they're breaking the wand. It's snapping, which would leave the 8 wands. You could feel like a victim, or you could listen to your spirit and move forward. You can pity yourself or feel bad for yourself, or you can move forward from the nightmare, because that's what the 9 of Swords is. It's a prison of anxiety. It's a prison of anxiety and worry. It's not moving forward because of the consequences that you fear, right? Where fear is in control. And so you end up perpetuating yourself in the conditions of the reality that is the nightmare. And it's the truth that closes the cycle. So this is about getting in touch with yourself in regards to the addiction to suffering. Because anytime we're in the energy of the shadow, we suffer. Like, what are you afraid of losing? What do you feel your weaknesses are that you are depending on other people to hold you up and be your strength, to give you what you think you can't achieve on your own? What is too hard? What is too difficult? Where are you shortcutting the work, right? Where are you shortcutting the 8 of coins? When there's something intuitively telling you to move forward. Now, for December, and whatever time you catch this message, we have Temperance clarified by the Fool, Death clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords clarified by the King of Wands, and the Page of Wands clarified by the Hermit, which is further clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the 6 of Wands. Temperance, the alchemy of temperance, with the Fool card. If you look at this, the Temperance card in this place, I believe it's a yucca plant, or might even outright be aloe, or is it could be a yucca plant. Let me know if you know exactly what kind of plant that is, okay? But the roots, they don't run deep because the water's not deep. The love's not deep. So the roots can't go deep. There's no water deep in there. And yet it's still growing and it's still blooming, okay? Temperance, Sagittarian energy, has the ability to love in a desert. It is the alchemy, that love, when, even if it's given just a little bit, it grows a lot. Just a little bit of love in a dry place is beautiful. It is the alchemizing agent. It is, like in Rider-Waite Tarot, the angel. It's the earth angel, right? And the Fool is about taking a leap forward, and there's hummingbird energy on the card. And hummingbirds are all about joy and being light in your energy and really taking in the sweetness, right? Because hummingbirds thrive off of nectar, sugar water, you know what I mean? Like, hummingbirds are all about taking in the sweetness of life, which is reiterated with the honey jar. This would be taking a leap of faith on the sweetness of life, the joy, the light energy, the actual feeling of your soul being light, and giving yourself just a little bit of love. It's all it takes. Giving yourself just a little bit of love, right, goes a really long way. Even if the environment itself is not giving you all that it could, like you're just in a dry environment. The environment is dry, right? you may also have a Uranus placement in Sag. That may be significant for you because the Fool can be Uranian energy. It's definitely alchemizing, and a little bit goes a long way. Like, don't hesitate to take a leap of faith on yourself. The Death card here with the Knight of Pentacles. This Knight of Pentacles in particular is similar in posture to the Hanged Man. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles takes pause. He's very cautious before he does anything. But he's not looking at things necessarily from the same perspective as the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man's upside down, right? He's right side up, standing on one leg. It's almost like he's doing yoga. Okay. And it's with the Death card. Now, the Death card is all about serious transformation. And what I'm seeing synchronistically is how there's the red circles here, the two of them, right? Big and small, darker and lighter. And the two circles here, smaller and larger, darker and lighter. This is about the transformation of what is essentially the Page of Wands and the Hermit energy. Okay. Death is Scorpionic energy. Sagittarian cusp energy. And it's about finding your own energetic center. Like, you may have to seriously transform, especially with the white roses, right? You might seriously have to transform how you center yourself. And instead of like Hanged Man making heart over head decisions, because if the Hanged Man, right, if this is upright with the Knight of Pentacles, the head is literally above the heart. The Hanged Man would be the heart above the head, right? So Cancer, it's almost as if you need to find your center and start using your head more. Start seeing the actual reality of someone from a more logical, reality type perspective instead of the emotional, heartfelt, sentiment, we have history type perspective. Moving with caution and recentering yourself. Making head over heart decisions. Mind over emotion. Okay. Because Cancerian energy in general feels really, really deeply. But just because we feel really, really deeply for something or someone, or we have history with them, we have memories with them, we have emotional debts that we feel, whether they're valid or not, with people. Our emotions can be as equal a prison, right? Because the Three of Cups, third party energy, is emotional. This is a third party that you have emotional ties to. Sentimental memory, history ties with. And the fact of the matter is, like, to see them for what they are, because the Death card and the Knight of Pentacles are both looking at these two cards. We have a liar who is non-committal, who is potentially egotistical, controlling, and they think you don't see it. They're like, you don't see me. You don't see me lying. You don't see how I'm playing mind games. You don't see how I'm using black and white choices or this or that consequence to keep you trapped in your own mind. It's like, for an example, well, you can't cut me off because if you cut me off, this will happen. So you can keep me around or you can cut me off. What are you going to do? If you keep me around, you might not like it, but at least I won't be doing this, right? And you don't realize it. Well, yeah, I don't actually want to be around this person. I don't like their energy. I don't like it when I have to talk to them. I don't like it when I have to be around them. I don't like actually communicating with them. Something in my intuition is telling me it's off. But they're so good to this person and so good to that person in my life, and this person really likes them. So I'm just going to ignore my intuition, because if I let them go based on a gut feeling, you know, this person will lose them, that person will lose them, I'll lose this benefit of them. And you don't realize how the lies that you're telling yourself about acceptance, right, of someone who is truly not committed to you in soul, right, because the wands are souls. They're not committed to your highest good. They're committed to themselves. The King of Wands is the definition of willpower and drive, and it's self-motivated. It's not always a bad thing for the King of Wands. Matter of fact, it's very beneficial to have this energy within the self, but it has to be in balance. And if this is being clarified by the Seven of Wands, I mean the Seven of Swords, or someone who in their mind, Seven of Wands, right, slip of the tongue, might be defending themselves, defending what they feel is their spiritual right. It's their right. They might be defending what they feel is theirs, and the motives may be selfish, and you may sense it. And this is where no matter what goes on in the outer experience, or what's been said, or what's transpired, or what could be said or could transpire, you really have to trust your intuition. Not your emotions, your intuition. There's a difference. And make head over heart decisions, making logical choices based on what your intuition is guiding you. The Seven of Swords is a liar and a thief. They are someone who, when not looking, will steal the rug out from under you. They will take it right out from under your nose. They will turn on you when you least expect it. The Page of Wands, the way he's holding the wand, it's almost like a spear. Okay, we're going to get into this red moon or red sun type energy. Okay. The Page of Wands can be a phoenix type energy. And the Hermit card is all about going within and being within the self. Needing to go through the inner work, right? Needing to look at how things have transpired and reading in between the lines with the events. Because everything that we manifests from somewhere. Everything that we manifests from somewhere. And the Page of Wands is calling you to essentially phoenix rise and let the spear fly. It's almost like letting spirit carry the spear to wherever it needs to go and take out whatever it needs to take out. Right, we're talking about the key, the earth angel, and the honey jar. The needle and thread. Someone you feel super protective of, that you would never in a million years. It's that one person. There's always that one person. Oftentimes it's our children. It's one of our children. It can be a partner, but it's oftentimes our children. And making sure that nothing and no one hurts them. And not just directly, but indirectly. Not just directly, but indirectly. You know, this King of Swords energy under there is telling you to listen to your intuition. There's more in what is not being said. There's a certain light to what's not being said. Inside this Virgoian energy, when you peel back the crystalline exterior, it looks like concrete. It's just concrete. It's putting on this facade of a gem. But it's just concrete. It's not even real stone. It's man-made stone. It's not natural stone, it's man-made stone. And it's muddy, right? The color is muddy. The Knight of Swords, to give you an idea of who this person is. This is someone who has walked away, was sharp and cutting with their words, and straight up walked away. I mean, look at this card. They got 1 foot in. But they're not in. They're not in the picture. They got 1 foot in. But they're not in the picture. Okay? This is someone who believes they deserve to receive financially, or believes they are owed a return on what they've invested emotionally with their heart space, right? Feminine energy. They could have very strong Geminian placements with the Lovers. It could definitely be someone who you had romantic ties with at some point. Mind you, these two characters are very, very similar. And they're both Mercurial energy. The Hermit and the Lovers. You may have been in love with someone at one time when you weren't whole. And looked at them like they were a gem, admired them, loved them. But the reality is, they're concrete on the inside. And the Six of Wands, which is typically a victory card, you can see how the one wand has been put up on a pedestal. Like, if you look at this card, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wands, right? There's this inner conflict of the 5 wands below. And the Ace of Wands on the pedestal, that is the victory. The Six of Wands is not about the conflict. It's about the Ace of Wands within the 6 being the victory. 1 and 5, right? 15, 1 and 5. Really, and these have no number. 9 and 6 is 15. You may not have realized, putting someone on an energetic pedestal, right, that the King of Wands is holding this wand, and that's the wand you're putting on a pedestal. Not acknowledging the fact that you have inner conflict about this person. You're focusing on the one wand, how determined they are, how willing they are. The gemstone exterior that you remember them emotionally having from a time you admired them and looked at them like a counterpart or something. Who's never really looked at you. They've just always been driven, self-motivated and driven. This person, I don't feel like they've changed. I think you're remembering someone from an emotional place when you felt like you knew them, when you didn't really know them. They only had one foot in, but they were always out. They were always out. The Queen of Wands energy to the King of Wands. Being these are the two High Court cards on the board. Mind you, that King of Swords is under there, right? We're talking about 3 people. The Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, they do not get along. They don't get along. Why? Because the Queen of Pentacles is deserving. She's a master heart space. She knows what she deserves to receive. And the King of Wands is selfish and willing and determined, but only out for himself. The Queen of Wands is not like that. She knows what she deserves because she deserves. She gives to everybody and receives love and appreciation and gratitude and abundance because of it. The King of Wands seizes and takes. And I feel like you're in this energy where you really do have to see between the lines. There's more value in what's not being spoken, what's not being talked about. Like, yeah, they tell me about all these good things. Everything seems perfect. Huh. Everything seems perfect. What are they not telling me about? What are they not telling me about? They're not perfect. They're not perfect. And that's where you really do have to trust your intuition, because what's not perfect is being kept from you. What's not perfect is the fact that they're concrete underneath. Everything that should be human under there. Flesh, blood, beautiful humanness is stone. This is someone who has to have go through a lot of inner work. And I feel like the angel, literally this truth, the angel, the honey jar is literally on the outside, trying to help you see. Trying to help you see. What's the guidance, please, Spirit? Because we're talking about the shadow, right? We're talking about being heavily influenced by the shadow. Capricornian energy, which is Cancerian's polar house. It's polar sign. The Elder. Heed wise counsel. Was I not just talking about the angel being on the outside? Heed the wise counsel. Card number 30. I believe another sign got this. It says, the elder speaks. People expect all those who are your guides and teachers to come in forms that are soft and sweet. I am neither. I am stern and serious, because you are in danger of forgetting that which has been taught to you due to distraction. I ask of you now whether you have the commitment to carry through with the tasks you have decided you wished to complete, because the words yes and I will are simple. But to teach is to impart priceless wisdom, and for others to ignore the lessons simply means this entire planet is being held back. Forgive me, for I have become impatient at the pains you have put yourself through, and I see that again there is the possibility of going over old ground. You must understand. You have already learned so much. What we wish for you to do now is to have the courage to live from the wisdom you have gained, rather than the fear which ensures you overlook all that which you have learned. I have been with you before, and you and I have already learned a great deal together. And let me say this. If you choose to behave as though nothing of the wisdom of her has been given to you, and you behave as though you are deaf and blind and have no senses, you will again feel pain that is simply not necessary. So now, choose to follow guidance and learn the lesson you have already worked with. And when you have learned it for the last time, teach it yourself. By demonstrating the qualities you wish to see in the world, by applying action and discipline to your dreams, I will also be relieved, because I will no longer have to bring the lesson to your attention again and again, time after time. And my patience will no longer be tested. Together we can teach the new ones. They need you to live from your wisdom more than you think. Know, too, that no matter how much you feel you have already learned and how wise you may believe you already are, that you still have a great deal more to learn. In this new school you will be entering, you will be an apprentice once again, surrounded by others who are just as eager, wide-eyed, and sure of themselves, too, at times. The elder, she is wise and ancient and seems very stern, and she is, because she has a serious task. But what one does not often see is the laughter in her eyes, the warmth of her voice, and the strength of her endurance, for she has taught thousands and will teach many more. Her home is the natural world, and her lessons are the themes of your life. Ignoring the wisdom she has given is like polluting the fresh water of a spring or poisoning your own food. Do not compromise your life. Trust the stern and wise teachers of your life, for they know how precious you are. Know that their harsh words at times contain so much truth. So look beyond what seems to be unfair and seek the wisdom in what you have been taught. Think of the master of martial arts and the rigors the young apprentice must go through in order to learn. This master is your current, most gifted guide. You know, because I'm a Cancer moon and rising, and it's so fitting because I've been recording these readings in general in pieces. I recorded Aries, Taurus, and Gemini the other day, and was almost completely stopped in my path before getting to Cancer because I had full intention of continuing forward, and out of nowhere my eyes got super heavy and Spirit was like, no, you need to wait. And so I waited, and a whole event transpired. And I got in touch with a Cancer sun, and asked them a question for a truth. Because for the time I was stuck. I was stuck on something. And the truth would have either meant someone was human and regretful, or that they were fucking evil. Nothing short of evil. Because how do you treat someone who loves you unconditionally like they're so discardable, like garbage, and you show them no respect and honor, and you just move forward as if they never existed? That they would be used and abused like that, right? And for a moment, I didn't want to believe that this person was like that. And yet, when the truth came through, when I asked the question and received the answer, the wise counsel, and it's interesting because at the end, I thanked her for being my angel today. That I appreciated her being my sister in soul. Because for the longest time, I thought it mattered. And it may have mattered then, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now. None of it does. Everything is what it is. And her advice to me was, let it go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. And for the first couple days, I swore that it mattered. I swore that it mattered. I was upset. I was upset. But after really sitting with it, I realized how right she was. I realized how right she was. All of the emotions, all of the memories, all of everything. The answer that I was looking for, the truth. And the truth that I received wasn't even the actual truth that I ended up with. It wasn't the answer to my question that mattered. It was the fact that it didn't fucking matter that mattered. It didn't matter. And as soon as that hit me, it felt like every weight was lifted, right? That hummingbird energy. Gave myself just a little bit of love, and it completely shifted everything. I didn't even realize what the question that I was asking was going to give me an answer that was more valuable than any other answer I could have asked in a question. And there is a reason why Spirit would have had me wait 3 days before getting back into Cancerian energy for this particular reading, this moment in time. Doesn't matter if someone is sorry or if they're not. Doesn't matter if someone's inability to apologize for mistreating you means that you really did deserve it, or do you know your worth? Can you forgive yourself? Can you forgive yourself? For spending time or energy and experiences to learn and shift and change you, that recenter you, so that you are not lied to and stolen from self-driven, selfish people. Can you shoot the spear? Can you let it fly and let it hit whatever target it needs to hit? Can you trust that Spirit will give you true aim and that you will hit whatever you're meant to hit? And whatever disappears is meant to disappear, even if you don't realize that was what was necessary to disappear in the first place, because you were so emotionally tied. This is the transformation. Truly letting go of people who present like a gem, who believe themselves to be valuable, and they're just fucking concrete under there. They're not what they present themselves to be. And it's okay that you didn't realize it at the time. You realized it when the apology never came. You realized it when the closure was never given. You didn't realize this person was just concrete and they weren't who they presented themselves to be, because certain things never transpired after. It doesn't mean you deserved that. It means you were learning a lesson about that. People like that. To make sure that you center yourself and make head over heart decisions sometimes, and look at face value. Look at face value. It's easier to grow when you're not in a desert. Can you grow in a desert with just a little bit of love? Yeah, you can. But why? When you can literally, Cancerian energy, uproot yourself and move and go anywhere. You can grow anywhere you want. You're not an actual tree with roots somewhere. You can get up and move. Why settle for just a little bit of love from your experience when you can grow somewhere with more love in it? A lot better. Don't hold sentiment. Don't let your emotions convince you to keep a third party around. They're karmic, they're karmic. If it's painful, it's painful. If you're in anxiety, you're in anxiety. That's the truth. And you need to close that cycle. You need to close that cycle. You need to move, you need to move. Spiritually, emotionally, forward. Yeah, because that's inner union. The Four of Wands is under that. The soulmate, Two of Cups, is under that. These third parties are always going to try and push the cups away. They're always going to try and keep the love out. What if you didn't settle for concrete? Like a weed trying to grow through the concrete. Like, yeah, it can happen. But even a weed can't flourish in the concrete. And that's Cancer. Lessons, right? Lessons for this month. Claim the victory for yourself and trust, Cancer, that no matter how deep you think you've dove into yourself, no matter how deep you think you've searched out in your darkness, There's deeper. There's deeper. The truth. You're a whale stuck in a fishbowl. Your third party would have you feel like a whale in a fishbowl. Trapped in anxiety and worry and what ifs. Yeah, you deserve to be put on a pedestal and treated like the Empress. It's written. You got to cut off whatever it is down there, your wounded energy. You thought you were at the finish line. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. You got to heal your demons. You got to heal your own demons. The demons in your mind would make you think you're seeing an angel. The demons in your mind would make you think you're seeing an angel. When if you look in the mirror, it's you. You're the angel. You are the angel. Stop giving that title to someone else. Heal. Heal. And Cancer energies, Cancer placements, I just want to take a moment to say thank you for not just your presence here today, but especially for those of you who have been with me throughout the years, allowing me to serve you with my light in the highest. It has been and will continue to be a pleasure and an honor of mine to serve you like this. And to everyone who is new to the channel and the soul family here, don't forget to hit the subscribe bell so that you continue to get messages with the new energies that will be coming through for you in the future. No matter where you are in the world, know that I wish you a blessed holiday, and I will see you again soon. Take care, Cancer.